Hello, Boston, and welcome to Leo Seibert's Field in West Roxbury. As we bring you our coverage of the 2018 MIAA football playoffs. Tonight we got the North Division 8 quarterfinals as the Charlestown Townies will be taking on the West Roxbury Raiders. Hello, everybody. I'm Pat Flaherty, joined by my partner, John Skudras. John, we got two teams that just played last week for league titles. One won in West Roxbury, one lost in Charlestown. They also met earlier in the season. Now they're meeting here in the playoffs. This is going to be a fun matchup here this evening.
Certainly will be, and these are two teams, Pat, that, as you said, are familiar with each other. The Charlestown Townies, in their first game of the season, took on the Raiders of West Roxbury and put together probably their best performance of the campaign, especially defensively. A 12-0 triumph for the Townies over the Raiders, a team that I think most coming into this game view as more talented and certainly bigger up front and with more depth up front, as we'll learn from our sideline report shortly. But this is a big game for both squads. Obviously, the winner goes on with an opportunity to compete for the state title. And when you look back at that 12-0 defeat, I think that the coaching staff will say for West Roxbury that a lot of their wounds were self-inflicted. They moved the ball up and down the field all game and yet had 6 fumbles, which contributed to the 0 points and the shutout loss to Charlestown. Now here they are, a little more healthy, a little more put together and have their feet under them a little bit more here as they get later into the season. And I think that they're going to be putting together a much more complete package of a game today against the Townies of Charlestown.
No question. They won 5 straight after losing to Charlestown, and certainly their running backs had a big part in that. Last week, their starting running back, Israel Presume, was out, but their young running back, Talif Stewart, stepped in nicely. He's one of the players we're going to look out for tonight. He had a big game, well over 100 yards and a couple of touchdowns for the Raiders.
Yeah, Talif Stewart, he's not a big kid, as you see on your screen, standing at just about 5'6" tall, but he's got a lot of speed, and he's got poise. Just last week, as you said, against Tech Boston in that critical 36-28 victory, he put up 130 yards on just 10 carries with 2 scores. And that was a 22-point comeback that they ended up coming and winning thanks to Lazarus McBean's last-second touchdown to Luis Pena to overcome the Tech Boston Bears and put themselves in a position here with a league title at their back to advance deeper into the playoffs. Obviously, Talif is going to be critical today, and we presume that Presume will be back as well this evening, which will give them that thunder and lightning combination that they're going to need if they're going to get revenge on Charlestown.
No question, a pretty good dynamic duo in the backfield there for the Raiders. Meanwhile, for the Charlestown Townies, we saw them last week. Tough loss against English New Mission, but they did fight valiantly throughout that game, continuously coming back from a 2-touchdown deficit. One of their best players, Jawan Ryan, he's our spotlight player tonight. This kid's explosive for the Charlestown Townies.
Absolutely. Jawan Ryan is our spotlight, and for good reason. You take a look at him on your screen. On the campaign, Ryan with an outstanding season. 5 rushing touchdowns, a receiving touchdown, and a kick return touchdown here in 2018. Last week, he had over 100 yards in the matchup against the Raiders earlier on this campaign, 115 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's a slasher, your classic Darren Sproles type back, a guy who's going to find the hole and hit the hole with violence and aggression. And if he and the Townies are going to come back and have a big victory coming off the loss last week, they're going to need their man, Ryan, to come through with flying colors as he splits time with Terrell McQueenie.